everyone, and welcome to Right Side Broadcasting Network. I'm Alyssa Ashe. Thank you so much for joining us for another nightly news recap. I have a lot of hot topics for you guys tonight that I will be discussing. So hello to everyone over on YouTube, over on Facebook. Really glad to have you guys with us tonight. It is going to be a great broadcast, so please don't go anywhere. I have some hot topics I know that you guys have seen in the news. One of them, everyone's favorite lawyer, Avenatti, was arrested. Going to be diving into that in a second. Also, we'll be telling you guys some information about the Migrant Caravan and also congressional leadership selections and President Trump's criminal justice reform. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're so glad that you've joined us on Right Side Broadcasting Network as your trusted news source. Hello to everyone in the chat room over on YouTube. Huge shout out to those moderators. Thank you so much for, moderating and for keeping the chat room clean. Really appreciate you guys. And also hello to everyone on Facebook. Looks like we've got almost 100 watching on Facebook right now, which is really fantastic. Last night I wasn't able to see those Facebook comments for some reason, but tonight I can. So hello everyone watching over on Facebook. Spencer Willoughby, one of my best friends, is watching right now and commenting. Hey Spencer, hope you are doing well. And Greg Ash, my dad, has joined us as well. So really glad to have all you guys. Wow, and also looks like we just received a $2 donation over on YouTube. Thank you so much, Swoosh for Trump, for that donation. Really appreciate that. So I'm going to be diving into some of the big stories with you guys tonight. You may have already heard it, but the most breaking story right now is, of course, the fact that Stormy Daniels' lawyer, Michael Avenatti, was arrested. So he was taken into custody over domestic violence allegations today. And the LAPD confirmed this in a tweet today, and the incident reportedly happened yesterday. Now, there's been a lot of conversation about this incident on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. So I know you guys might have seen some of that already. You might have already heard about it. But we've received some information actually directly from Fox. I'm going to read you guys a quote that they said today. TMZ, which first reported news of the arrest, said that the lawyer kicked a woman out of the apartment. TMZ initially reported that the alleged incident involved Avenatti's estranged wife before later describing the individual more generally as a woman. And Avenatti has since, of course, denied the claims, saying that he would never be physically abusive. And it is really ridiculous. There's been a lot of talk that he was going to run for president in 2020. And so now, of course, this is going to hurt any possible campaign for him. I know that many individuals, politicians that do run for office have all kinds of allegations come out against them. I mean, we just saw it with Judge Kavanaugh right before he was going to come on and did, as you guys know, as a Supreme Court justice, all these random women came out saying that he had abused them in the past. So it does seem to be a popular trend, especially as we are in the middle of the Me Too movement. But Michael Avenatti has called these accusations bogus, and he is not admitting anything right now. So moving south, also going to tell you guys what's going on with the Migrant Caravan. More than 350 migrants have arrived at the southern border in Tijuana, and around 5,000 total are still approaching the border. Now, they've been traveling for weeks, hundreds of miles per day. Now, many of them, of course, are seeking asylum, but they're not going about it in a legal way. Different civic organizations have been offering food and shelter, but resources are limited for the large influx of immigrants quickly approaching. Now, like I said, they're trying to seek asylum, but President Trump has just signed an executive order denying the possibility of asylum to those who cross the border illegally. So even if they cross, they're not able to receive that asylum that they are seeking. Now, this is coming just as Defense Secretary James Mattis recently visited troops at the border. I know you guys have seen that recently. It's been talked about, of course, in the mainstream media. Now, also, this was after President Trump ordered hundreds of military personnel to station themselves and surround the border. and more caravan groups are expected to arrive in the coming days. So this situation is far from over. Now, as President Trump has ordered military personnel to arrive at the border, up to 7,000 could actually be sent to the border to stop the migrant caravan. Now, you might be asking, well, why is this significant? First of all, because it's illegal, and second, because the House is going to try to pass the border wall funding for the last few weeks while in the majority. So we're going to see a lot of tension, you guys know, with the House and the Senate. There's going to be a lot of gridlock coming up just because right now Democrats have the House and Republicans have the Senate. So I was talking to you guys about this last night, and hopefully they're able to reach many bipartisan solutions. If not, we're going to see a lot of contention and a lot of gridlock over the next 2 years. So I have a few more hot topics that I will be sharing with you guys, but want to take a second just to interact with some of you. As you know, this is an interactive broadcast, and I'm really thankful for your feedback. So everyone watching over on the YouTube chat, if you may have any questions, of course, you can ask them there because I will be monitoring the YouTube chat throughout the duration of this broadcast. And you can also message me on Facebook. Alyssa Ashe RSBN is my Facebook page. And you can also message me on Twitter at Alyssa RSBN. And so I will be checking those Twitter mentions and direct messages during the broadcast. Shout out to Paul. He says he's watching from England. That is really cool. Thank you so much. Paul says, hi, Alyssa, watching from England. You look amazing. Thank you, Paul. He says, was just wondering if there's any plans for RSBN to go 24/7 and rival the mainstream media. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Paul. I really, really appreciate that. Honestly, right now we are not able to do that. We don't have enough programming, but we are trying to add new shows, more programming. So at this point, our Right Side Broadcasting Network is not able to be 24/7, but we do bring you guys as much content as we can, important content that matters to you. And of course, you know, you can always hang out in the 24/7 chat that we always have up on our YouTube page. There's a great community of patriots there that kind of love to just hang out and talk to each other. And every once in a while, I'll hop in there and say hey to you guys and let you know about upcoming broadcasts. Also, shout out, thank you so much, Steve Nisley, for the $1.99 donation. Really appreciate that. He says, thank you, Alyssa. You never know what's next. That's definitely true. Thank you, Steve. Really appreciate your donation and continued support. So I will continue to check the Twitter messages throughout the broadcast and my Facebook messages, and of course, all of these comments over on the YouTube. Really appreciate that. And I'm looking at some of the comments right now. Mashi Banda says, why is there no interviews? So we actually do interviews. I don't know if you guys caught my last one with Senate candidate Patrick Morrissey. Really enjoyed speaking with him. And leading up to midterms, I had the opportunity to interview many different candidates for the House and the Senate. So if you guys want to go back and watch, we actually have an interviews playlist on our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see all of the past interviews. I had a really great time talking to many of these candidates. And yeah, so go check it out on our YouTube channel, and we will be doing more interviews in the future. So Right Side Broadcasting Network is still growing, and there are a lot of great things to come, so you don't want to miss it. Also wanted to remind you guys to please share this stream. I know there are 333 watching right now on the YouTube channel, and I'm so thankful that all of you have chosen to give this hour of your day to Right Side Broadcasting Network. But make sure to share the stream on social media, or if you're watching on Facebook, just click share at the bottom if you would like, of course, so that your friends and family can see the broadcast and can get to know Right Side Broadcasting Network a little bit better as we continue to expand and grow. Also wanted to shout out and thank everyone that has donated tonight. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Swoosh and Steve, and everyone that may be donating on PayPal. You guys are absolutely fantastic. And I'm getting some information coming in from headquarters right now. And so I'm going to check that and bring you guys more information. So don't go anywhere. Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of the Nightly News Recap. Thank you so much for being patient. Really appreciate you guys. I got some new information from headquarters that I will be sharing with you guys in just a minute, so don't go anywhere. Lots of breaking stories right now and a lot is going on in the news, so we wanted to bring it to you. Thank you so much for choosing Right Side Broadcasting Network as your trusted news network. We really appreciate it, and we know that you guys have a lot of different options. We know that, of course, you could watch Fox News, you could watch CNN, you could watch MSNBC, but we are so thankful that you have chosen us right now. You guys are just absolutely fantastic, and we're really thankful to have all of you over here in the chat room. So going to be sharing some more stories with you guys. Right now, there is also an update. President Trump is working on criminal justice reform. So President Trump has endorsed a bipartisan bill for prison reform called the First Step Act. Now, this is actually legislation focusing on sentence reform. Now, it does enhance resources for rehabilitation in an effort to reduce recidivism rates, and it lowers mandatory sentences for nonviolent drug offenders up for 5 years, and there's no distinction between cocaine and crack cocaine. Now, President Trump has weighed in on the bill during a press conference today. I don't know if you guys were hopefully able to see that, and he said that he's ready to sign it after it passes the Senate. So good progress there with the First Step Act. We will be monitoring that closely and sharing that with you guys. And I want you to know also, if you are not on the air, if we're not on the air, we're still always interacting on Twitter. So make sure to follow us on Twitter at RSB Network, at Alyssa Ashe RSBN. And of course, you can follow all of our other reporters as well. And as we're kind of transitioning out of the campaign rally season, we will be doing more programming for you guys. So pretty soon, I'll try to get a tweet sent out with all of our reporters that are currently on staff, so you'll know who to follow, where to get your updates. We do have a fantastic team here at Right Side Broadcasting Network, and if I'm not providing an update for you, maybe Max or Bailee can. So stay tuned for that as we have exciting new things coming up here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Many of you have asked what we're going to do after the rallies. We will also be attending conservative conferences all around America. We're really excited to go to Cpac next year, and at different conferences. Hopefully we'll also be able to attend NRB, a conference very near and dear to my heart, the National Religious Broadcasters Conference. It's being held next year in California, and it's a really great conference. Hannity has actually attended it before, Lauren Green of Fox News, and so many Christian media professionals from all around the nation, Christian filmmakers, and just so many. So I really hope that I will be able to attend in the spring and bring you guys live updates from California. Also wanted to welcome Guru Dude. Thank you very much for becoming a member over on the YouTube chat. Now, if those of you who are not familiar, you can actually become a member on the YouTube chat and receive fun things like emojis. All you have to do is donate $4.99 a month on YouTube, and you'll receive those fun emojis some of you guys are sending right now. I know Jason Thornton is the emoji of our logo, and our CEO Joe Seals in his hat, and of course the emoji of me as well. Now remember, you guys can also donate on Patreon. Patreon's a really great way to donate. I'll go through all the ways in just a second, but one to tell you about Patreon, because if you go to rsbnetwork.com/donate and you donate on Patreon, you'll receive fun things in the mail, like our new gear. We have these new wonderful Right Side Broadcasting Network hats. I wanted to show you guys. It's really cute. It's just a simple navy hat with the white logo, and I really like it. I think it's pretty cute. I wear it all the time, all around town. It's a great way to advertise Right Side Broadcasting Network. And we also have new mugs for our patrons. It's kind of a blue theme, which is good because it's my favorite color. So we've got a bright blue mug, red Right Side Broadcasting Network logo, and something really fun and new. I don't have the lid, but we have new tumblers, and I think it's really good quality. It's almost the same as what are they called? A Tervis. Yeah, those Tervis tumblers, but it is not dishwasher safe. So if you get one, hand wash it. So I've really enjoyed kind of using all of this new gear over the last few days, and really excited to share the gear with our patrons. Also, you know you guys can donate right here in the YouTube chat. You just click the $ down below and your message will come up in a bright color, and we will of course share your name with everyone. And you can also donate on our website, rsbnetwork.com/donate. I'm going to do a quick screen capture just to show you guys what that looks like in case you might not be familiar, because as you guys know, we are viewer supported. So we're very thankful for your donations. We do not waste anything and we do not take them lightly. And so really thankful that we are able just to bring you guys these donations, and going to be showing you our website in just a second, so stay tuned. I'm pulling it up right now. But anyways, so you can donate on our website. There's different ways. I'm going to pull that up in a second for you guys. Stay tuned. There it is. So our website has been redesigned by our fantastic CEO, Joe Seals, and you can see a beautiful picture of our president with his thumbs up there, and right under the different ways that you can support Right Side Broadcasting Network. We are not supported by large donors. We don't have big advertisers. We're being censored by social media. As you guys know, we always happen to be in the bottom of the search results on YouTube for some reason. Without your support, we would not be here. So it shows the 4 easy ways to donate. Many of our regulars have heard this before. You can donate on PayPal, which is really great. Follow the sun. Yes, the PayPal donations do take time, so we're not able to call those out right away, but I do thank you so much for your support. Also, you can donate the old-fashioned way, the Tom O'Neill way. All you have to do is write out a check to RSBN and send it to 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344 in Auburn, Alabama 36830. And I see you guys talking right now in the YouTube chat about where to get an RSBN t-shirt. If some of our moderators wouldn't mind adding the link to our store, that would be fantastic. It is also available on our website. I'll show you guys right now since you're asking. At the very top, RSBN store. Click that link. It'll take you right there. Also, shout out to Bailee Byers. She is here with us tonight. One of our fantastic writers and anchors and producers. Bailee does it all, guys. So thankful for her. And she has definitely been a huge help tonight. And she's interacting with you guys in the chat room as well. So if you have any questions, you can, of course, ask Bailee. Also, you can see the link here to Patreon. And here's the great picture. Thank you for your support. And you can see some of our other fantastic campaign reporters, Liz Willis, Max Kleiber, and Tom O'Neill. Fantastic group of people. Of course, we also have Bailee and Sherwin and Micah and cameraman James. And so we're just so thankful to work with you guys and to bring you guys, you know, great information and breaking news as it happens, and political news. JC Me 2020, I see you commenting Liz's emoji. She is away right now, but she will definitely be back, and we are just so thankful for her and for Bailee. We have a great crew, and of course, you can't forget our CEO, Joe Seals. He is so fantastic, and he does so much, and he does not get enough credit. So shout out to Joe. And here's our website. Like I said, this is how you can donate. Since you guys were asking, if you click RSBN store, I'm going to show you guys real quick. You can actually see, wow, okay, it's on TeePublic. So everything's on sale right now. You activate this and you get 30% off. Anyways, here are the different t-shirts. So you can see the America Y'all t-shirt, that's straight from the South. The classic American flag t-shirt. The definition of America t-shirt, I kind of want to pull that up because it's pretty cute. Let's see if we can read it. If I zoom in a little bit here. There we go. It's kind of blurry. America, used especially to emphasize qualities regarded as stereotypically American, such as materialism or fervent patriotism. Over here in America, we do what we want. Love that. What a fun shirt. So if you guys would like to receive any of these t-shirts, you know how to get them now on our website. It's that first tab up on that red bar at the top of the website, RSBN store. And of course, there is the classic white logo, the Don't Tread on Me t-shirt, and the white logo on the black shirt. I have one of those t-shirts. I really like that. And then the Atticus t-shirt. And one of our loyal viewers, British Patriot, says, we need a God Bless the USA RSBN t-shirt. Great job, British Patriot. I will definitely be talking to our marketing team about that. So going to switch over in just a second. Really excited to bring you guys some new news stories tonight, so don't go anywhere. And I don't want to forget everyone who is hanging out with us on Facebook tonight. Welcome. So glad you guys are here. Unfortunately, we're not live on Twitter. I'm working on getting that back up. But until then, I just shared the link on Twitter. So you're able to go directly to the YouTube stream. And I have some of you on the Facebook chat asking me about Cpac, when and where it is. So going to bring you guys some information about that. So in case you're not familiar, Cpac is the Conservative Political Action Conference. And in 2019, it's going to begin on Wednesday, February 27th, and it's going to end on Saturday, March 2nd. So thank you so much, Tatiana, for asking about that. Also, I believe it will be held, let's see, next year. It says it's held in National Harbor, Maryland. So really excited to be attending that conference and representing Right Side Broadcasting Network there. It's going to be a great time. And since you guys asked, I'm going to bring up some information about Cpac for you guys. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. It'll be the first time I've attended the conference. I know obviously it is a huge conference, and some of our reporters, Liz Willis and previously Maggie Howell, have been able to attend that conference, and I know that they really enjoyed it. So pulling up some information about it right now. I'm gonna just kind of go through this with you guys right now. It says join us at Cpac 2019, and I'm going to pull back up this little box for you so I can hang out with you guys while we are going through this information. So Cpac 2019 will be held at the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center in National Harbor, Maryland. The American Conservative Union founded and hosts the annual Cpac conference, the birthplace of modern conservatism. Cpac combines ideas with action to leverage the strength of thousands of grassroots activists to break through the resistance of Washington's political elites. Now, the four-day conference begins with Activism Boot Camp, an unparalleled initiative that brings together the finest conservative organizations involved in activism training and campaign management. In the remaining 3 days of the conference, unite the political leaders of the conservative movement with the people who make up the movement. And as President Ronald Reagan said in 1985, Cpac is the opportunity to dance with the one who brung ya. Now, the powerful combination of knowledge and activism is critical for the advancement of conservatism. Under its new leadership team, ACU has launched Cpac 365, a nationwide effort to do the work of Cpac year-round. This initiative will ensure the growth and continued success of the grassroots conservative movement by keeping it educated, equipped, and motivated for principled and effective action. And a link there to register for Cpac now. I'm going to click that and see kind of what it looks like. There are some different options if you guys would like to attend Cpac 2019. Like I said, it is being held in Maryland at the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center. Some different options. Looks like it might be a little pricey. The gold package, which, let's see, that's not where you start off, but Of course, it's what they want to show you first. The premium gold package is $5,500, and you get all the things mentioned below: private access to the gold lounge. The lounge will feature occasional VIPs, dedicated staff during conference hours, and all the other benefits. I'm not going to read those to you guys. You can see them for yourselves. But let's see if there are any cheaper options. All right, so not as bad. The silver package, $1,750 for private access to the silver lounge. And it's only $100 to add on the Ronald Reagan dinner. That sounds really cool. Looks to be one of the cheapest options. A ticket to the Ronald Reagan dinner is $250. And Cpac's annual Ronald Reagan dinner will take place on Friday, March 1st, and the Ronald Reagan dinner features VIP speakers and attendees and a post-dinner reception with dancing. So that sounds a lot of fun. Of course, you can also sign up as a sponsor or an exhibitor. The Cpac presenting sponsors spend $125,000. And let's see, to be a junior exhibitor, it's still $4,000. And a regular Cpac exhibitor also costs $4,000. But you can see right here, you could also register, as a volunteer. Looks like that link is not active yet, but you guys know where to go now. You can volunteer, and then of course media registration, which we need to fill out really soon. So really excited to attend Cpac and bring you guys live updates from there. So I'm going to continue to check Twitter to pull up messages. Really excited to bring you guys information and of course to interact with you guys. It was really fun over the past few days. Yesterday I had a poll on Twitter and I asked during these nightly news recaps what you guys would like me to talk about. If you would like me to talk about world news, national news, or the new House and Senate. And the results looked like you wanted to hear about all three. I also made that an option. So it was a great time. Just last night we had a nightly news recap as well for 2 hours. And I talked with you guys about a variety of topics. And so I am really glad to be back on the air. So stay tuned. I am going to be bringing you guys more stories throughout the night. Looks like I just got a few tweets. Thank you to everyone that has reached out. Like I said, you can tweet me either way. I prefer you send it to my Twitter so I'll see it, but you can also send it to @RSB Network and someone from the team will definitely see it and be able to bring me the story quickly. So also, yes, shout out to Adeline or Addie in the chat room. She says, Cpac yearly, sign me up. And that's funny. Comment by the British Patriot. He says, do they have a I'm broke, can you pay for my ticket? That would be nice, but I don't think that's an option. So also you guys kind of asked if we had interviews, and we definitely do. Some of you might be new viewers and you may not have seen them. It was really interesting as we were traveling around before midterms, as we were going to a variety of rallies. We actually did 3 interviews with Senate candidate Patrick Morrisey, and it was really fantastic. He is a wonderful politician, and really unfortunate that he was not able to obtain that seat. So for those of you that have not seen it, I want to show you guys my interview with Patrick Morrisey. It is very unfortunate that he was not able to keep that seat. But I definitely know that there is still more to come for him. I don't know if you guys saw it. He tweeted out, I believe it was just yesterday or 2 days ago, he tweeted out, get ready. And I don't remember who it was, but someone said, what is up with these cryptic tweets from West Virginia politicians? And so that was really funny. And I'm hoping to see him, you know, do a lot more in the future. I definitely think he has a bright future ahead of him. So I'm going to show you guys this interview in just a second. I am getting it ready right now. I know many of you have already seen it, but it was just such an honor to speak with him. It was absolutely wonderful. And so I'm going to pull this up and show it to you guys. And thank you again to all of our wonderful moderators in the YouTube chat providing information. Thank you, Real Frank in Florida, for answering people's questions and, of course, sharing those links to donate. So I'm going to pull up the interview for you guys right now. Let you take a look at that, and then I'll be right back with you. Hey everyone, I'm Alyssa Ashe with the Right Side Broadcasting Network, and I'm here with Senate candidate Patrick Morrisey. How are you doing today?
Doing great. We're all fired up. President Trump coming into West Virginia, a couple days out for the election. I think he's going to make a big difference in turnout. He knows he needs a conservative fighter in the U.S. Senate. I'm going to be that fighter.
Definitely. What was it like to have him here in Huntington?
I'll tell you, it's really a big boost for him to come to Huntington and to really speak to the coal miners of our state. If there are coal miners listening right now, this is an important election. We need you to get out and vote. The president emphasized that. So I think it's been a great day because people are seeing the clear difference between a conservative fighter, who's going to help President Trump, and a dishonest Washington liberal in Joe Manchin.
Definitely. And how does today's rally compare to the previous ones in Charleston, West Virginia, and Wheeling that we had a few weeks ago?
Well, I think they're all a little bit different, but they have one uniting theme. President Trump wants to send a strong conservative fighter and a big ally to the U.S. Senate. And they know that Senator Manchin is a dishonest Washington liberal, and he's not going to be able to support our president. You heard the president talk about it today. Joe's never there when you need him.
Definitely. And tell our viewers a little bit more about yourself. Why do you want this seat, and why do you believe you deserve it?
Well, I'm the two-term Attorney General from West Virginia, a resident of Harpers Ferry, married, I have a daughter, and I want to make sure our country and our state are great. And I know that President Trump's been doing a lot of phenomenal things to help West Virginia out, to help our country out, lower taxes, regulatory relief. I also want to go and do everything imaginable to fight this opiate epidemic. My vision of West Virginia's future is very different than Joe Manchin's. Joe Manchin would take us back in time to Barack Obama and to Hillary Clinton and to the bad old days when coal was being attacked, our gun rights were being threatened, when there wasn't respect for life. That's all changed now, and I want to be an important part of that.
Thank you so much. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Senate candidate Patrick Morrisey. As you know, unfortunately, he was not able to obtain the seat, but we will hopefully see him still come back in the future. I believe he has a great career in politics. So going to be bringing you guys up more stories throughout the night, so don't go anywhere just yet. And wanted to give an update for those watching or those that may have just joined in about those hot topics, those stories that are really just big in the news right now in the mainstream media. And you may ask, why are you bringing me stories in the mainstream media? I've already seen them because I want to bring you a different perspective. My perspective is, of course, different than anyone you're going to see on CNN, MSNBC, or even Fox News. And so I am really glad that I'm able to bring you guys a unique perspective. So I'm going to be pulling up more stories for you guys throughout the night and want to show you just the beginning right now, not the entire thing, But as I prepare, because I don't want to share all the hot topics again until the top of the hour, because there might be some viewers right now that are watching Tucker Carlson tonight, or maybe about to watch Hannity, and so I want them to hop on here with us at the top of the next hour. So until then, I'm going to show you guys the beginning of a wonderful speech. It's available on YouTube, the full speech. I'm not going to show the full speech to you guys because you may have seen it before, but going to show you just a clip of the Rush Limbaugh speech at the President Trump rally in Missouri. Now, this was President Trump's last rally. He was in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and you saw our fantastic reporter Liz Willis bring you guys this rally with cameraman James. So gonna show you guys a part of this right now, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back at the top of the hour at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern.
What an honor. This is so exciting. I have been watching Trump rallies from the very first one. And to be part of one, folks, I'll tell you, it's the night of a lifetime. You know, I was just backstage. You all are so great. This thing it's electric in here, folks. You people at home. This is unreal. I am so hoping that in a few short minutes you start chanting something else. Maybe you'll do. No? I was just talking to people backstage, and somebody said that the president and all of us have been labeled by some Democrats in the media divisive. Divisive? The Democrats haven't even accepted they lost the election in 2016. That's what this is all about. It's serious stuff. All of this. I mean, for crying out loud, folks, you know, you look at what happened the last 2 years. For 2 years ago, year and a half, every day, every newspaper, New York Times, Washington Post, anonymous intelligence sources, confirming that Trump colluded with Putin to steal the election. There's no evidence for it. Zilch, zero, nada. It didn't happen. It was made up. Hillary Clinton colluded with Russia. Hillary Clinton rigged an election. The message. They got the message. These rallies, I have to tell you, they are the envy of official Washington. You realize there isn't a single elected official in either party who could do what this is tonight. Other than Donald Trump, there's no one. No one. And they're jealous. They are envious. This isn't supposed to happen. You people are supposed to love them, not Trump. And so guess what? They want to get in on it. Bill and Hillary Clinton and their national stadium tour. Talking about, have you seen Obama? He's been stumping down in Florida where I live. He's drawing crowds of 1,000 people, 2,000 people. Joe Biden can't fill a phone booth because he's looking for somebody to punch out. This is incredible. And you know, a little history. When I first started watching the campaign, I watched the president and his family come down the escalator in June of 2015. And I heard his opening remarks and I said, there's no way. And then I saw the first polls. And then I saw the first one of these. And I said, he's going to win. Because He has a connection. There is no other politician with a connection to voters like this. Nobody has it. And Washington can't stand it. I'm not kidding. The establishment cannot stand it at all. Now, folks, in all candor, you know, we're a nation, great nation, at risk in a dangerous world, and much of the risk that we face is internal. Well, you know, it's like they tell me that we're divisive and so forth, and they haven't accepted the fact that they lost the election. So now, let's look at the caravan just for an example. They think that the president doesn't want the caravan, you don't want the caravan, because we're racist or sexist. Not it at all. It's an issue of law. Why should we stand aside and let people break the law? What's so hard about this? We just stand aside, let them violate the law? We get all these labels thrown at us, and we love our country, and we want the best for everybody in it. We want the best for our kids and our grandkids. We want everybody to be great. We want everybody to experience the American dream. It was, you know, I'm from here, I'm from Cape Girardeau, and it was, now don't take this wrong, but 50 years ago was the first time I was 16, first time I was told that I wasn't good enough to succeed in radio. Now, don't misunderstand. We're all told this. We all know how to fail. We don't need to go to the library to find books on how to fail because we all know how to do it. You'll never go to the library and find a book, Great Moderates in American History or Great Committees in American History. Donald Trump wants America to be great again, and it's not a slogan, it's an objective. And it is... I love you all too. This crowd is just... I asked the president if I could speak for 30 minutes. You know, I've got a 10-minute limit here. He said no. He can't wait to come out and talk to you. It's an amazing thing that Donald Trump has done. You know, Donald Trump doesn't need any of the grief that he gets. Donald Trump doesn't need any of... Donald Trump could do and has done whatever he wants. He's one of the most successful people in America, and he doesn't need this. He doesn't need to put up with the abuse. He doesn't need to put up with the... But he does. He does because he sincerely believes that America's headed in the wrong track, and it needs to be put back on the right track. They say we're divisive. They say we're divisive. But we're not divisive. We're defending an America that is strayed from our founding. Nothing to do with race, nothing to do with gender, nothing to do with any of these identity politics labels. It has to do with culture. It has to do with protecting and defending the Constitution. It has, pure and simple. So I think it's a wonderful thing that you've come out here tonight. I could not be more honored to be part of one of these rallies. You know, the bond, folks, I'm telling you, the bond that exists between you and everybody else that's been to a Trump rally is something that politicians envy, and the people in Washington really haven't taken the time to understand why you voted for Trump. They just think you're stupid for doing so. And there's so much to learn about why you have. There's so much to learn about the potential greatness for America, to learn why you're here, why you support Trump. But they just chalk it up to the fact, well, you're not educated. Well, you're poor. Yeah, you're this or that. And you're angry. You're not angry. You love people. You want your country to be the greatest it can be. And you finally got somebody willing to help you do it. Somebody to stand up for you. somebody to stand with you. We, are hanging by a thread. Do you realize, folks, there is nobody, I should say nobody, there are some on the Republican side who would attempt to do what the president's done. But for the most part, there's nobody who would do what Donald Trump has done. Nobody would buck the system. Nobody would take it on. If he hadn't run, who among anybody in politics could you have glommed onto to have this kind of chance to make America great again? There wasn't anybody that was actually standing for this. Everybody gets caught up in what's going on in Washington, inside the establishment. You were being ignored. You weren't being listened to. You weren't being paid any attention to it. Even now, the real anger at Trump is actually aimed at you for having elected him. But he doesn't need this. He puts up with this, and thank God he does. Because he's indefatigable. The man simply doesn't get tired. He doesn't wear out. For those of you, there's somebody from Rio Linda here. Indefatigable, doesn't get tired. Just keeps going and so forth. Without any further ado, folks, thank you so much. It's been great. It's great to be here, be part of this. Raise the roof, because here he comes, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Hey everyone, welcome to the last portion of our nightly news recap. What a wonderful speech. It was really inspiring. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And kind of at the end, when the music played and President Trump was about to walk on the stage, it really gave me a flashback to traveling America to 40 rallies over the last few months for Right Side Broadcasting Network. Honestly, guys, it has been such an honor that we have been able to attend the rallies and bring you guys live coverage, continued coverage of the entire rally and President Trump's entire speech. So again, from everyone at Right Side Broadcasting Network, we give our deepest gratitude to our donors who made it possible for us to be there. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be bringing you guys a few more stories as we wrap things up. Right now, shout out to everyone watching on YouTube and Facebook. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for choosing Right Side Broadcasting Network as your trusted news network. And I'm going to pull up right now another story that I will be sharing with you guys tonight. You might have seen it already in the news, and you might have seen a little bit on Twitter. But very recently, congressional leadership selections were made. And California Representative Kevin McCarthy was chosen as the House Minority Leader for January in a 159-43 vote. And he did defeat Ohio Republican Representative Jim Jordan for the role. So this came after Paul Ryan, who is the current Speaker of the House until January, decided he was not going to run for another term. And he then endorsed Representative McCarthy. So really excited to see all the wonderful things McCarthy will do in the House. Now, during a news conference today, McCarthy made it clear that he was supportive of President Trump's agenda and he will focus on winning back the House in the next election. So stay tuned for that. And I also wanted to go over with you guys again the hot topics of tonight. In case you may just be joining us, welcome to Right Side Broadcasting Network. We're so glad you're with us for the last portion of the nightly news recap. So Michael Avenatti was arrested today. He is the lawyer for porn star Stormy Daniels. And he was taken into custody over domestic violence allegations today. Now, the LAPD confirmed this in a tweet today, and the incident reportedly happened yesterday. Now, a quote that I wanted to share with you guys, it was taken directly from Fox News today. They said TMZ, which first reported news of the arrest, said that the lawyer kicked a woman out of the apartment. And TMZ initially reported that the alleged incident involved Avenatti's estranged wife before later describing the individual more generally as a woman. Now, Avenatti has, of course, since denied the claims, saying he would never be physically abusive, and he's called the accusations bogus. Now, also wanted to provide an update for you guys in case you are just joining us for the last portion of the recap about the Migrant Caravan. More than 350 individuals arrived at the southern border in Tijuana, and around 5,000 total are still approaching the border. Now, they have been traveling for weeks, hundreds of miles per day. They're exhausted, they're hungry, they've brought their families, they brought their children, and they are seeking asylum in America. But they're not going about it a legal way. So different civic organizations have been offering food and shelter, but resources are limited for the large influx of migrants quickly approaching. And I also wanted to shout out right now, thank you so much to Hugh Hutchins, who gave a $50 donation. Really appreciate that, Hugh. And he said, let's stand strong with our president and RSBN. Thank you so much, Hugh, for your continued support and making it possible for us to be on the air right now. I know many of you are asking, you know, why do you guys need donations for a YouTube channel? Because Right Side Broadcasting Network is not a YouTube channel. It's not just a YouTube channel. It's a conservative news network. And for a few of us, this is our full-time job. So thank you, Hugh Hutchins, for making it possible for me to be here right now and provide you guys with real breaking news. I'm going to finish up my discussion right now about the caravan. So like I said, these migrants are trying to seek asylum, but President Trump has signed an executive order denying possibility of asylum to those who cross the border illegally. And this does come as Defense Secretary James Mattis visited troops at the border. Now, this also is occurring as President Trump has ordered up to 7,000 military personnel to be stationed at the border, and more caravan groups are expected to arrive in the coming days. Now, this is significant because the House will try to pass border wall funding for the last few weeks while they are still in the majority. Now, also looking at something new going on, President Trump is working on criminal justice reform. And President Trump has endorsed a bipartisan bill for prison reform called the First Steps Act. Now, legislation focuses on sentencing reform, and the purpose is to enhance resources for rehabilitation in an effort to reduce recidivism rates and lower mandatory sentences for nonviolent drug offenders, looking at about 5 years. And there's going to be no distinction between cocaine and crack cocaine. Now, President Trump has weighed in on the bill during a press conference today, and he said he's ready to sign it after it passes the Senate. And I know that something that is always in the news is President Trump's tweets. And so I wanted to show you all President Trump's tweets today. As you know, he is the most active president on Twitter ever. And so I think it is a great way for him to communicate with the American people with no filter, with no one changing his words. And so you guys really get to know what he's thinking. And we do have also, we don't have, but I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to try to find a link. So it's really fun. This was something that we encountered during our, campaign. I don't know what to call it, traveling the country. For all of the rallies. We were able to meet a really wonderful author named Trisha. I hope you're watching right now. And she got a book called Just the Tweets. And Bailee, if you don't mind, if you could hop in the cabinet right there and pull out the hat. I want to show everyone. I have Bailee Byers with me here tonight. She helped write everything for this broadcast. And I want to show you guys the Just the Tweets hat. And maybe one of our special patrons can receive this hat tonight. I haven't talked to our CEO, Joe Seals, about this yet, but you guys know we love sharing things with you. So this is one of the hats from the author, Just the Tweets. I think it's pretty cute. It's very patriotic, red, white, and blue, and I hope you guys like it too. I kind of want to keep it on. I think it looks cute. What do you think? It does. It's pretty cute. I might keep it on just to promote Trisha's book. I'm pulling up the link right now. Just the Tweets. So might give this to one of our special patrons or the highest donor of the night, but stay tuned because I'm going to talk to Joe about that before I do any giveaways. So Just the Tweets is a book. It's a collection of President Trump's tweets. It is historical. So volume 1, year 1 is for sale right now. If you go to justthetweets.com, you'll be able to see it. Of course, it's also available on Amazon, and it's probably a little bit cheaper there. It looks like, well, it looks like a couple books have been written about President Trump's tweets. I'm really not surprised by that because they are just so groundbreaking. And I've talked to some other writers with different news stations, and I know I talked with Bailee about this back when she worked at OAN. She said if President Trump didn't tweet anything out, we would lose half of our broadcast because he is very active on Twitter. And so I'm going to show you guys his tweets of the day. I'm pulling that up right now. Want to go to the beginning of today. We're going to go through all these tweets real quick. We're going to dissect them and kind of talk about what they mean. So I'm going to pull that up for you guys. So here are President Trump's tweets. Wanted to share with you guys. We're going to kind of dissect some of them. You may have seen them, you may not. I know some of you in our chat room say that you're not really active on Twitter, but some of you are very active on Twitter, and so we're really, really thankful for that. And let's see. Going to show you guys these tweets. We're going to dissect some of them. 7 hours ago, he tweeted out, "Not seen in many years, America's steelworkers get a hard-earned raise because of my administration's policies to help bring back the U.S. steel industry, which is critical to our national security. I will always protect America and its workers." So, great tweet from President Trump there promising to protect America and its workers. And also, let's see, right after that, just 7 hours ago, President Trump said was just briefed by FEMA Brock and Secretary Zinke, who are in California. Secretary Zinke, "Thank you to the great firefighters, first responders, and FEMA for the incredible job they're doing with California wildfires. Our nation appreciates your heroism and courage and genius. God bless you all." So great tweet there. President Trump has, really been active in making sure that California is able to recover from these devastating wildfires. And mentioning that, he tweeted out today, "Just spoke to Governor Jerry Brown to let him know that we are with him and the people of California all the way." And after that, President Trump did make an announcement. He says, "I am grateful to be here today with members of the House and Senate who have poured their time, heart, and energy into the crucial issue of prison reform. Working together with my administration over the last 2 years, these members have reached a bipartisan agreement." And so I'm going to do a quick screen capture of this for you guys. So stay tuned. I'm going to add it right now because I want you to be able to see this stream. I believe we did not stream it earlier today. If we did, I missed it, but I don't believe so. So I'm pulling this up right now. Want to share with you guys President Trump's remarks so that you will be able to see it for yourself. And this is, of course, courtesy of the White House. So I'm going to play this for you guys. Don't go anywhere.
And Senate who have
Hey, congratulations.
Nice to see you. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. And thank you very much, everybody. I'm grateful to be here today with members of the House and Senate who have poured their time, and they really have their heart and energy into the crucial issue of prison reform. A very respected man, Chairman Chuck Grassley, and my friend, where's Chuck? Chuck, thank you, Chuck, very much. Worked hard on this. And Bob Goodlatte. I saw Bob here. Thank you, Bob. Great job. Senators Lindsey Graham, Mike Lee, Tim Scott, Rand Paul, and Doug Collins. Fantastic people who've worked so hard, and we appreciate very much what you've done. I really do. Thank you all very much. Working together with my administration over the last 2 years, these members have reached a bipartisan agreement. Did I hear the word bipartisan? Is that, there you go. Did I hear that word? Huh? That's a nice word. Bipartisan agreement on prison reform legislation known as the first step. And that's what it is. It's a first step, but it's a very big first step. Today, I'm thrilled to announce my support for this bipartisan bill that will make our community safer and give former inmates a second chance at life after they have served their time. So important. And I have to tell you, I was called when I announced, and when we all announced together this news conference, by some of the toughest, strongest law enforcement people, including politicians, by the way, who are so in favor of it. And I was actually surprised by some, like as an example, Mike Lee and Rand Paul and others. No, it's got tremendous support at every level. It's really great. And we're all better off when former inmates can receive and re-enter society as law-abiding, productive citizens. And thanks to our booming economy, they now have a chance at more opportunities than they've ever had before. It is true. Our economy is so strong that when people are getting out of jail, they're actually able to find jobs. And I have 3 instances of companies that hired people coming out of prison, and they are so thrilled by the performance of these people. And now they're doing it more and more and more. And a lot of people are seeing this. It's great. They wouldn't have had the opportunity, frankly, except for the fact that the economy is so strong. And our job market is the lowest and best it's been in over 50 years and seems to be getting even better. Our pledge to hire American includes those leaving prison and looking for a very fresh start, new job, new life. The legislation I'm supporting today contains many significant reforms, including the following. First, it will provide new incentives for low-risk inmates to learn the skills they need to find employment, avoid old habits, and follow the law when they're released from prison. These incentives will encourage them to participate in vocational training, educational coursework, and faith-based programs. And I want to thank Paula White very much, because I know you very much wanted that. Thank you, Paula. That reduce their chances of recidivism and, in other words, reduce their chances of going back to prison substantially. Second, this legislation will allow federal inmates to be placed closer to their home communities in order to help facilitate family visitation. So important, because we know that maintaining family and community ties is key to a successful reentry into our society. Third, the bill includes reasonable sentencing reforms while keeping dangerous and violent criminals off our streets. In many respects, we're getting very much tougher on the truly bad criminals, of which, unfortunately, there are many. But we're treating people differently for different crimes. Some people got caught up in situations that were very bad. I give an example of Mrs. Alice Johnson, who served 21 years, and she had, I think, another 25 or so to go. So she would have been in there for close to 50 years for something that other people go in and they get slapped on the wrist, which is also wrong, by the way, which is also wrong. But I'll never forget the scene of her coming out of prison after 21 years and greeting her family, and everybody was crying. Her sons, her grandsons, everybody was crying and hugging and holding each other. It was a beautiful thing to see. It was a very tough situation. Among other changes, it rolls back some of the provisions of the Clinton crime law that disproportionately harmed the African-American community. And you all saw that, and you all know that. Everybody in this room knows that. It was very disproportionate and very unfair. Throughout this process, my administration has worked closely with law enforcement. Their backing has ensured that this legislation remains tough on crime. It's got to remain very tough on crime, and supports the tremendous work of our police and the tremendous job that law enforcement does throughout our country, our communities. They do an incredible job. We have great respect for law enforcement. We're honored that 7 of the major police organizations, including the Fraternal Order of Police and the International Association of Police Chiefs, have fully endorsed this bill. We could not have gotten here without the support and feedback of law enforcement, and its leaders are here today, 2 of them, especially Chuck Canterbury of FOP and Chief Paul Sell of IACP. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. And these are 2 tough cookies. They want what's right. They want what's right. And interesting, if you look at Texas, if you look at Georgia, if you look at Mississippi and Kentucky and some other states that are known as being very tough, these are big supporters of what we're doing. And some of it's been modeled after what they've done. They've done a tremendous job. My administration will always support the incredible men and women of law enforcement, and we will continue to pursue policies that help the heroes who keep us safe. They are truly heroes. We also thank the more than 2,000 leaders in the faith community who have signed a letter of support. We have tremendous support within the faith community, unbelievable support. Americans from across the political spectrum can unite around prison reform legislation that will reduce crime while giving our fellow citizens a chance at redemption. So if something happens and they make a mistake, they get a second chance at life. Today's announcement shows that true bipartisanship is possible, and maybe it'll be thriving if we're going to get something done. When Republicans and Democrats talk, debate, and seek common ground, we can achieve breakthroughs that move our country forward and deliver for our citizens. And that's what we're doing today, and I have great respect for the people standing alongside of me. I urge lawmakers in both House and Senate to work hard, to act quickly, and send a final bill to my desk, and I look very much forward to signing it. This is a breakthrough for a lot of people. They've been talking about this for many, many years. I want to thank Jared Kushner for working so hard on the bill. Thank you, Jared. We really did. He worked very hard. He feels very deeply about it. And it's my honor to be involved, and it'll be an even greater honor to sign. So good luck, Chuck and Mike and Rand and everybody, Lindsay, everybody back here. Go out and see if you can get that done. And if you can, I'm waiting. I'll be waiting with a pen, and we will have done something. We will have done something that hasn't been done in many, many years, and it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much.
Fire Mira Ricardel.
Mr. President, you just said that people use disguises to cast illegal votes. Do you have any evidence of voter fraud like that? Do you have any evidence of people doing voter fraud? Why make that fun?
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed President Trump's speech there as he talked about the new bill he is working on. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. He is a wonderful speaker, really enjoyed watching that with you guys. And I don't know if you noticed, but President Trump did get some questions from the mainstream media at the end of his short speech there. And unfortunately, they were very rude and disrespectful to him. So I am waiting for the day when a respectful, graceful reporter is able to ask President Trump questions in the White House, in the press pool room. I'm hoping that it'll be one of us from Right Side Broadcasting Network, but we're not quite there yet. So keep that in your thoughts and prayers, because we would love to bring you guys coverage from Washington, D.C. as well if it is possible. So thank you to everyone that has joined us tonight in the YouTube chat room and over on Facebook. Looks like we've got about 31 watching on Facebook from all different places. Want to shout out some of the places you guys are watching from. Prosy says that they are watching from New York City. And let's see, Mary's watching from Pennsylvania. Regina's watching from Arizona. Barbara's watching from North Dakota. Wow, that is wonderful. Looking to see what locations you guys are watching from. If you'd like me to shout out your state, please let me know. Stephen Hardbarger says, is Alyssa from West Virginia? I'm not. If you'd like to know where I'm from, you need about half an hour for that conversation, because I have moved all around America. You can hear it a little bit in my accent. Born in Pittsburgh, grew up in Texas, and then Greenville, South Carolina, the beautiful upstate of South Carolina, for the last 10 years, and I am now here in Alabama with Right Side Broadcasting Network. So I'm not from West Virginia, but it is a beautiful state. I really enjoyed going to 2 West Virginia rallies in Huntington, West Virginia, and in Wheeling, West Virginia, as we saw Senate candidate Patrick Morrisey speak multiple times, and I now have some wonderful connections in West Virginia. Shout out to Mitch if you're watching. He is a wonderful photojournalist from West Virginia. And also shout out to Angela, the wonderful woman that helped me at the airport. If you guys want to hear it, kind of a short story. So I landed in West Virginia on a small plane that I almost missed because the one before it was delayed. So I literally sprinted through the Charlotte airport at full speed while listening to Tarzan music from my theater days, because why not? And I did tweet this out and share it with you guys. I ran through the airport at full speed. It was last call for that flight. I hopped on it and was able to make it to West Virginia, to a small town. But it was a beautiful town, and unfortunately my phone was dead and my phone charger was in a rental car, and so I landed in West Virginia with no way to even call a taxi to get to where we were staying, and my other coworkers were still on their way. And so I didn't know what to do. I was there by myself with a dead phone, and I just felt, you know, like I needed to make some friends. So I met Angela, and she was really wonderful. And she let me use her phone charger, and I was able to call an Uber, and I met her mother, and she was really fantastic. And Angela was like, well, do you have any other, anything else you need here in town? I'm like, well, you know, I really need to get my nails done. And so these nails are actually from West Virginia. Shout out to Wendy. She was really wonderful, really enjoyed meeting her and getting to know her story. something that I really love about news and journalism is the ability to tell other people's stories. And we see a lot more of that on the local level. So I know RSBN is a lot more national. And so I am bringing you guys some more of those national stories, but hoping to get into some local stories as well from here in Alabama and bring you guys human interest stories. I know many of you guys have been asking me about that. Can we do some human interest stories? Can we do some local stories? And we would love to do that. The only problem is that everyone might not be interested because we have people watching from all over the world, but we are going to be having some discussions about that soon. But stay tuned. Like I said, there's a lot of exciting things coming for Right Side Broadcasting Network. Just because Right Side Broadcasting Network is not showing you those rallies because President Trump is not doing the rallies, we're still going to be bringing you original, authentic programming, shows, and content. So don't miss out. And of course, President Trump does like to hold some random rallies. And so, of course, we will be attending those. And I'm looking right now. Thank you, Stephen, for asking that question, which inspired my West Virginia story. Want to see where some others are from. Let's see. So if you guys want to shout out where you're from, Billy is watching from Kingston, New York. Rochelle's watching from Southern California. Hope you are safe, Rochelle. And everyone, please keep everyone affected by those wildfires in California in your thoughts and prayers. Would really appreciate that. Looks like Willard is watching from Alabama. And Christo says, with love from Port Huron. And Robin Taylor says, Robin from Largo, Florida. Thank you guys so much. And if any of you, of course, would like to share your location or share, what state you're from. Let's say Hugh Hutchins says South Lake, Texas. I absolutely love that. John Mitchell's watching from Charlotte, North Carolina. I know we have a lot of viewers in Charlotte. And Lenny is from Indiana. She says Indiana loves our president. British Patriot says he's watching from an undesirable place. Well, British Patriot, you're in the wrong place. Just come over here then. I've never been to England. I am really excited to hopefully go there one day. But I know you don't like it, so just move over here. We will be glad, more than glad, to have you in America. So we'll be sharing with you guys some more comments. Loki84 is from the California Bay Area. Welcome, Loki. Thank you so much for watching. And let's see, Oval Bugman is from Phoenix, Arizona. Abigail Blue from North Carolina. Lori M from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Campbell Barrera Murphy from Pennsylvania. Bridgetta from Jacksonville, Florida. Really love to just get to know you guys more and where you're from. Bobby Cash is from California. James Dwyer from Washington. John Rebuttal says he's from Russia. Wow. And Lynn Jean says she is a Jersey girl. So we'll be bringing you guys a couple more stories before we wrap up the night. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Hey everyone, just wanted to provide you an update. This is a look from a couple days ago at the Camp Fire in California, which is now being considered the deadliest wildfire in California history. The death toll has unfortunately risen. 56 individuals have lost their lives, and almost 10,000 firefighters are still working to help stop these fires. $7,600 homes have been destroyed due to the wildfires, and 101 individuals are still missing. So I do ask that you will keep all of California in your thoughts and prayers right now as they continue to battle the massive wildfires. It is definitely a heartbreaking situation, and hoping that it will end soon. This is something that I was talking with you all about last night, something that we really don't have to deal with here on the East Coast. Of course, we have hurricanes and occasional tornadoes, but you know, living here in Alabama, something that we do not have to deal with. And so I think that, you know, if we're on the East Coast, we can't even fathom just how horrible it is. So going to bring you guys some more updates, some more statistics. This picture up is from a couple days ago, bringing you some live updates from CBS News. Authorities searching through the blackened aftermath of California's deadliest wildfire Wednesday released the names. Okay, so going up, I said 101, but according to this, 130 people are still unaccounted for, including many elderly individuals in their 80s and 90s, and dozens more could still be unaccounted for. Officials in Northern California said Tuesday that search crews had found 6 more bodies, bringing the death toll from the so-called Camp Fire to 56 and the statewide total to 59. Now, as the names of the missing were made public, additional crews joined the search. And Butte County Sheriff Corey Hania said, "We want to be able to cover as much ground as quickly as we possibly can. This is a very difficult task." And a Sheriff Department spokeswoman, Megan McMahon, acknowledged that the list of the missing was incomplete. She said detectives were concerned about being overwhelmed with calls from relatives if the entire list was released. Now, according to CBS News, 500 miles south, firefighters have made progress battling the Woolsey fire. Some neighborhoods were reopened, and residents were able to see if their home had survived. Now, looking at these different fires right now, and I'm going to pull up a map for you all in just 1 second, so stay tuned for that. But going to share with you guys some fast facts. So the Camp Fire is located in Butte County. Camp Fire located in Butte County. 138,000 acres have been burned so far, and it is 35% contained, and 56 fatalities have been confirmed. Now, including homes, 10,321 structures have been destroyed. Also, some fast facts about the Woolsey fire. It's located in Los Angeles County, in Ventura County in Southern California. 97,620 acres have been burned. So going to be bringing you guys some more fast facts. Like I said, this is a very heartbreaking situation. And for all of the prayer warriors out there, please keep California in your thoughts and in your prayers. And sharing with you guys a couple more fast facts about the Woolsey fire. 3 confirmed fatalities, 435 structures destroyed, and another 57,000 in danger. Now, the Hill fire, which is located in Ventura County as well, has managed to burn 4,530 1 acres, and it is 94% contained. So it looks like the Hill fire will hopefully be put out very soon, but the Camp Fire and the Woolsey fire are still raging in different parts of California. So about to pull up a map for you guys so you can just really get a visual of where these fires are. And I'm pulling this up for you all right now and scrolling down. So here's a view. Sorry, it was really zoomed in there for a second, but this is the California wildfire map. So you can see where the Camp Fire is located. Definitely, more north, but almost in the middle of California, above Sacramento, above San Francisco, and the Woolsey fire down near Los Angeles in Southern California. And they didn't mark it on this map, but that is around where the Hill fire is located as well. So definitely keep California in your thoughts and prayers. The new death toll is now 56. And as of tonight, 8 more human remains have been found, bringing that death toll up to 56. And this is some painful news, but 6 of them were found inside structures and 2 were found outside. Now, statewide, the death toll is 59, including 3 from the Woolsey fire. Now, there have been more than 10,000 structures destroyed by the Camp Fire, including homes. The total amount of evacuated residents remains 52,000 people. Now, the Camp Fire containment remains at 35%. Some 138,000 acres have been scorched. And there were some updates earlier. If you'd like to see some live video, you can head online right now and you'll be able to see it. Some local stations are broadcasting about it right now. And earlier, CBS News tweeted out tonight, just 22 minutes ago, I believe, about it with a video update. Like I said, really heartbreaking situation. Please keep California in your thoughts and prayers as they are still battling these awful wildfires. And real quick, I'm going to check Twitter one more time just to make sure you guys don't have any questions you want me to answer or stories you want me to share with everyone. And let's see, looking right now on Twitter, a message from Paul asking if I have any chance to interview Christian actor Kevin Sorbo. He says he does a lot for faith-based movies and is a strong advocate for President Trump. Thank you so much, Paul, for asking about that. I actually had the opportunity to meet Kevin Sorbo at the National Religious Broadcasters Conference last year. Unfortunately, he did not give me his contact information. It was kind of a meet and greet thing after, I believe it was him and his wife. They were just signing autographs after we were able to view a Christian film. I think it was God's Not Dead 3. It was really good. But unfortunately, I don't have his contact information. But if I go back to the conference, I will definitely try to get that information. And I am looking right now and just making sure that there are no additional stories that you guys have sent that you would like me to share with everyone tonight. Looks like a story from, let's see, John Mitchell. Thank you so much for sharing that. He said a feel-good story, and it also is related to the California wildfires. So I'm going to pull up this article and we can kind of just summarize it real quick, go through it together as we end the nightly news recap. So thank you so much for sending this. And this is from CBS News, that a horse was found shivering uncontrollably after hiding in a pool to survive the California wildfires. So according to CBS News, Jeff Hill of Paradise, California, was checking on someone's house after the Camp Fire nearly leveled the entire town. And what he found in the backyard startled him. It was a horse shivering uncontrollably, Hill wrote on Facebook. He found the horse in the backyard pool, suspended by a pool cover. Now, the horse had The look of defeat in her eyes, Hill wrote, but thanks to the pool, she was spared from the deadliest wildfire in California history. Now, Hill said it's unclear how long the horse was in the pool. Because of the pool cover, she was able to sit in the water without drowning until the fire had passed, he wrote in his now viral post. And Hill said the group he was with scrambled to unhook the pool cover, but pull the horse to the shallow end and guide her up the pool steps. And he said she got out, shook off, loved on us for a few minutes as a thank you, and walked off, assuring us that she was okay. Now, the photos of the horse stuck in the pool are heart-wrenching, but she is a survivor. And thanks to her own quick thinking and Hill's help, she was able to make it through the wildfires. And Hill wrote, among all the sadness, I had a glimpse of happiness today. And so here are some pictures, definitely heartbreaking, but heartwarming, that the horse was able to survive. Not sure if they gave her a name. It doesn't say anything. Here, I'm trying to zoom in on these pictures for you guys. It's not letting me because it is his Facebook post. But I'm sure if you just Google search horse rescue from California wildfires, you'll be able to see it. And I will zoom in real quick so that you'll be able to get a better view here. Really glad that this horse was able to survive, and you can see Hill working on pulling her out of the pool. So thank you so much, John Mitchell, for sharing that. Definitely a heartwarming story, and it looks like the British Patriot sent that story as well. Fox News wrote an article about it as well because, of course, this story is going viral. So I wanted to thank you all so much for joining us here tonight on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Thank you to everyone over on YouTube, everyone watching on Facebook, and those who have joined in from the Twitter link as well. Really appreciate you guys. You're absolutely fantastic, and I'm so thankful that you chose Right Side Broadcasting Network tonight as your trusted news network. And for Right Side Broadcasting Network, I'm Alyssa Ashe. God bless and good night.